What's up, Buck fans? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Bucs Report, the aftermath on 102.9 The Game, Broad Street South Radio. It's one of your hosts, AJ Turnup. I hope you guys are doing good. You should be good. We should be riding high. It's victory week for us. Buccaneers went in there, beat the brakes off of the damn Chargers. So I hope you guys are doing good out here. So get your whiskey, get your rum, get your beer, your popcorn, whatever it is, and get ready for jam-packed show. We got another guest on here, guys, and look, you know him, you've seen him before. A good man right here, a good Bucs fan. We got Louie in the house. What's up, Louie?
What's going on, man?
Ain't much. I'm living, happy, chilling. Bucs are winning. My fantasy got fucked up a little bit though because Caleb Williams sucks ass, but it is what it is.
Hey man, my parlay that I put in, I did two identical parlays, not identical, but you know what I'm saying, like similar. And I was 15 yards away. I won $155 on a $5 bet. Bless you. And then another one I did, a bigger one. I would have won $1,600.
Oh,
and I was 15 yards short from K-Dotton. I hit on everything else.
Sorry about that, man.
Yeah, but you know what? We got the W. Yeah, it would have been nice for the holidays. It would have been nice because of all the damn money I've been spending. Well, Santa Claus has been charging me some money, man. Somebody owes me money. How about that? Somebody owes me money.
Man, look, I understand because that's that extra cash. See, for me, I like doing shit sometimes after the Christmas is over because that's when them big ass sales.
Oh yeah,
down, especially around in the DMV area. That's where I tell people. I tell people go get your shit after Christmas. If you know you short on a cash a little bit and you gotta hit that rent, take your ass to them stores the week after Christmas. That's when all the sales come in. That shirt that you want that was $80, now it's $60. Yeah. So I tell you all that.
Last of the inventory. They're trying to get rid of the last of the inventory for all the new stuff to come in.
Exactly. So you hip. See, everybody knows, man. Look, over here, you go after. You get the shit afterwards. I know sometimes you want to get it in the moment, but damn it. If it's going to drop like 30%, fuck that. I can wait. But, guys, we got such a jam-packed episode. We got so many segments. Of course, we got to talk about the game with the Chargers. Then we're going to talk about Baby Back Bitch of the Week, which is always a specialty. Then we're going to talk about the schedule for the rest of the season. But right now, let's get to this Chargers game. And I'll start with Louie. Louie, how was you feeling watching that game?
I'm not going to lie. I was a little nervous because this is make or break for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And us as Buc fans, there's no shortage of emotions throughout a game. You know, I'm not going to lie. Like, there's no shortage of emotions throughout a game. I got really fucking nervous, man, when I seen the back-to-back turnovers. I was folding laundry, man. Like, I had a mountain of laundry to do. My girl just plopped it in. She's like, hey, here you go. So I'm just in the middle of folding, I just stopped watching, and I just seen Baker force the football. I'm like, fuck, dude, threw a pick. And then, and it's funny because I told Slick, I said, you know what's fucking crazy? These assholes that were doing the commentary on the game, I think it was Sanchez who was talking about how, you know, Baker hasn't thrown a pick, or when he throws a pick, he was talking about Baker basically throwing a pick. And sure as shit, snapped the ball, boom, interception. And he goes, oh, right on cue. And I was like, you motherfucker, you jinxed us. Right. And then they winded up scoring, and then they took the lead, I believe. And then right after that, fucking Rashad White fumbled. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, we're done. This is it. And then my better half was like, no, Louis, relax. There's a lot of game to play. And then all of a sudden, Bucky just starts ripping off these runs. Boom, Mike with a big touchdown. And I'm just like, yep. And then next thing you know, it's fucking 40 to 17?
That's right.
Done deal. Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas. Right. I feel what you were saying. I was more frustrated with the Rashard White fumble because, look, someone who loves the running back position and who has had some experience with that, my issue was for Rashad, damn it, in those situations when you are like in those trenches, tuck and fall forward. He tried to like jump out there, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? That's how Bosa was able to strip him. This is what you have to do in those situations. Just fall. If he literally falls forward, that's the first down. He has to learn that sometimes, but that's how you can tell the difference between Rashad and Bucky. Bucky would have just hit the hole and fell through, but I'm with you. I think my nerves were calm after the fumble when they didn't get any points. That's when I said, okay, Bowles, thank you for at least stopping the bleeding at that moment, because everybody here knows I am a big Bowles critique, but I will give people props when necessary. He did his job, and this is why I think he's coached his best game since Detroit, because he played against a starting caliber quarterback, and he did what was necessary, what I've been saying, what Tom Brady has been saying, what Gerald McCoy, what the stats have showed. He played more man, and he was fucking aggressive. And the most important thing, Louis, he adjusted. He realized, wait a minute.
Huge. Yeah, right into the halftime.
If Herbert can't move, how about I just blow the fucking middle up and have him have to scramble and throw those inaccurate passes, or he'll just take a hit.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bowles.
Yeah. That was the perfect adjustment. They went into the half. Obviously, something was talked about, and they adjusted well. And I think it was, what did they score? 27, 28 unanswered points? You know,
27 unanswered points.
That's how you beat teams, man. That's how you don't let up. And Bucky is so relentless. I did say I was a little nervous because I don't want to overdo it with him, because
I agree.
You know, we need him in the playoffs. Like, that's, again, this is our fucking identity. We're a running football team. Simple as that. And to talk about like how Liam and Coach Bowles, how they complimented each other in that game, that was huge. That was huge.
I feel you, man. I understand what you're saying about the Bucky situation too. This is why we're not. And guys, look, we love what the offense is doing. I do agree, though, Louis. I'm with you. We want Bucky to be as fresh as possible, because Louis has said this plenty of times. This offense is the team, the engine that's running this team. Get Sean Tucker in there. Sean Tucker could be a very valuable asset if you give him the ball more. He's just as explosive. And to be quite honest, I think he has the most breakout acceleration out of all the backs when he gets the ball. So
absolutely.
Let's get him more involved. Like you said, also, it can fuck up defenses, because now they won't know how to handle all of that. When you have fresh running backs coming in and they can run at full force, that also gives your line more confidence to just say, we're going to mow through these bastards. And that's what it looked like the Bucs were doing to the Chargers. They had their will. They broke their will, and we were literally just slicing through their defense. This is supposed to be the number one defense, you guys, and they were. And we made them look stupid. I said this. I agree with you. Once the second half, and I put this in the chat, they got to run the ball. Once they ran the ball more, Louis, you saw the run games establishes not only our identity, but a rhythm, because now we can get the passing going. And I just, hats off to the damn coaches on both sides. Hats off to you, Cohen.
Absolutely.
For calling some of the best. One of the best calls that I saw was our opening drive, where McMillan did that little screen bubble run and scored a touchdown. Brilliant execution. Brilliant, Cohen.
Another thing that stood out is they're going for it on fourth down. And a big, huge thing for me was time of possession. You ready? Yep. 36 minutes and 48 seconds for the Tampa Bay Bucs. The Chargers, 23 minutes and 12 seconds. That time difference is huge. And what did I say in the pregame show? They have to keep that defense on the field. and just grind them down. And that's what they did. And I'm going to tell you what, if the Buccaneers can continue to play like this, they're going to be a very tough team to beat in the playoffs. And I don't even care about going on the road, because shout out to the Buccaneer fans, because I've been calling you guys out for a very long time. Shout out to you guys for traveling, because there was a lot of Buccaneer fans at SoFi. You could hear it too.
I heard a lot of my friends were saying, man, you guys traveled. I said, what you mean? They said, it's packed. We see a bunch of red in the SoFi. I said, that's good. Because, and you're right, we got to show more support. But this team this team gives you hope. And like you said, we're dangerous. That the run game, honestly, it's not that many teams. I tell people this a lot of times. Well, what was happening to the Bucs before? I said, well, one, we had injuries. I'm not trying to use an excuse, but now we don't have to rely on our passing. People don't realize in the early part of the season, Lou, like you said, we were relying on our passing because we had Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Then Cohen brilliantly said he knew he had to maneuver. He said, guys, we can't keep doing that. So let's get this fucking run game going. So then we take the pressure off our receivers and they're gonna go off. Speaking of going off, man, shout out to fucking, I don't know what sound effect you got for this, man, but look, give us a sound effect for Mike Evans. Mike Evans. This one.
Dude.
There you go. Yes! Yes!
There you go.
Yes! Yes!
Damn right.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was like. This motherfucker was Evans I call him Elite Evans. The guy was just, it was embarrassing the way that he was. Giggity. Exactly. And look, if it wasn't for a t-shirt grab, he has 3 touchdowns because he definitely was about to take off and score. Yeah. Mike Evans, we already know this. Louis and I have already said this because I hope that kid that you were talking about who said Odell Beckham was better, I hope he watched that, because the youngin now can understand why we say what we say about Evans. I hope he understands now.
So I went in and he goes, hey man, Baker Mayfield, he's damn fucking good. And Mike Evans, you're right, he is elite. I was like, yeah, shut the fuck up.
Right, at least he understands now.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I like that. I like how you said, yeah, that's right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, man, you gotta put these youngins in check, man. You gotta put him in check. When it comes to, he's a good kid though. He like I don't know if you're a boxing fan, like Triple G says, he a good boy. He a good boy.
He is a good boy. He's a good boy. But he just had to learn. But see, a lot of times Evans can do it. It's just that he knows great receivers know when to come alive and when to act. It's not always about the high volume receivers who, they might get you that 170 a lot, but when it comes to scoring, can they do it? Can they score? I need a receiver that can get in the fucking end zone. Louis, I think we both can agree. I don't care. I'd rather have a receiver that gets 90 yards and 2 touchdowns than a receiver that gets 205 yards, but no points. A fucking donut. So I don't like that. Yeah. And then before we go any further, because the dude is about to grace us, I also want to give a shout out to Alf Comenar. He is on the Cañones y Football podcast. Hopefully he'll send us a video, because he likes to drop gems on what it is that the Bucs need to do, and he be spitting facts. But please show your love and support for Alf Comenar, because here it is. And then now we got the dude that's about to come and grace the presence with one of our best segments. I can't wait. Come on, dude. This is dude who
Hey, yo, lesson here, babe.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody!
Wait a minute. I got to get out the middle here, bro. There we go. Hey, I got a couple messages for Falcons fans, Falcons organization. First of all, Hide your kids, hide your wife, put the kids to bed because it's about to get ugly up in this motherfucker. All right.
Earmuffs. Earmuffs, kids.
Falcon fan. we're gonna start with that, but right now, Falcon fan opened up their Twitter, X, whatever social media platform they're on, and they were scrolling, and then they saw that Ian Rappaport tweet, and they all collectively were like, whether it's Michael Penix, Michael Penix, or Michael fucking Jackson. If you're going to run a quarterback out on a playoff run that has less career snaps than Kyle Trask, it's going to be a problem. So I think I'm here for the baby back bitch of the week. Did we say baby back bitch of the week? We did.
My baby back, baby back, baby.
and that's what we're here for. We're here to fucking clown these guys. I'm sure Louis, AJ might have some other opinions, and we can hear their baby back bitch of the week. But Arthur Blank, Rich McKay, Coach Ra, the draft scouts, the fucking custodian. What the fuck you all doing? Yeah. Signing Kirk Cousins to $100 billion contract and then drafting an old college quarterback with scars on both knees and a fucking fucked up shoulder. Great job there. Hey, Falcons, rise up just so you can sit your fucking ass back down like you always do. Falcon. This is almost as stupid as having Chick-fil-A have a fucking spot in your stadium when they're closed on fucking Sunday. Okay? That's how stupid this is. Also, and this is totally off subject, how we got two stadiums in one division sponsored by the same motor car company? What? Corporate America, you fucking broke? With that said, we got our baby back bitch of the week coming up. We do want to shout out to the gentleman on screen here. Much appreciation for holding it down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got kids, you better wrap them fucking presents, bro, because Santa Claus is coming. And if they wake up in the morning and you're passed out on the couch with a couple edible gummies or a drink in your hand, and you forgot to put Christmas out and the cookies haven't been eaten by Santa Claus, y'all fucked up as parents, bro. With that said, ho, 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 Merry motherfucking Christmas, Atlanta, ATL, Dirty South. Say all your stupid fucking catchphrases, right? Here's what I got to say for you. You about to go out with Michael Penix and turn down for what? No. Dude, you should have played him in the preseason. We clowned you when you didn't. We clowned you when you acted cocky. Bruh, I like you. I think you're a good guy. I don't think you're a head coach, bro. I just don't. And that's for Mike Evans. Everybody's like, is Mike Evans elite? Is he a first ballot Hall of Famer? Right? Here's what I do know about Mike Evans.
I do have a very particular set of skills.
Oh, shit.
Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
And that is what the defensive backs are hearing on the field from Mike Evans. He don't need to talk trash unless you're Marshawn Lattimore. He don't need to get in fights unless you're Marshawn Lattimore. What he does need to do is own your ass in the red zone, own every 50-50 ball. And when you sleep on Mike Evans, you sleep with the fishes. Okay? Hey, Jim. Is Jim Harbaugh the one, or is it John Harbaugh in Los Angeles?
I think it's John.
John, welcome back to the NFL, motherfucker. Glad we could go ahead and drop a 40 burger in your $5 billion stadium. Hey, another question for Charger and Rams fans. Why y'all out here looking like you work at IKEA? Come on, bro. Is it Best Buy or IKEA? Because I see your stadium. I see it's a beautiful stadium, bro. But Louis brought it up, and I have to go ahead and double down on this. Not only shout out to the Bucs fans that showed up at SoFi, shout out to the Buckaholics based in California, the fan group that is for fans that don't live in Tampa. They've got chapters all over the United States, hell, spread across the world. Buckaholics were out there again representing Bucs fans, we appreciate you out there. It was beautiful to hear our fans in another team stadium, unlike at Raymond James, where no. All right, we won't even get into that right now.
Yeah.
I feel like we got ourselves a hell of a win against a quality potential playoff team, if nothing else, a team with a winning record and established. And now we get to take on the fucking Cowboys. All right, a couple things I got a problem with the Cowboys. First of all, Dak is not a name. It's not a fucking name. Take it off your license. What do you think his real name is? Like Daxton or Dakari or
I don't know.
Jakar Nawal?
I don't know. I have no idea. Shit.
And Cece, remember when you snatched that cell phone from that girl on draft day? You didn't have to take her rope hair with you too, bro. So, Cece, less time in the barbershop, getting twisted, more time learning the routes and figuring out where the fuck you're gonna play in 2 years, because Dallas ain't it for you, bro. Cowboys, you're on the clock, you're on notice. It's time to burn it down, as my buddy Seth would say.
I actually have his real name. It's wild. I didn't even know that would be his name. It's Rain Dakota Prescott.
Oh,
Here it is.
This motherfucker out here, Dakota.
okay. You know what? Stick to Dak. He needs to stick
Rain
with Dak.
Dakota Prescott.
You know, when you said that, reminds me of that viral video back from the Vines day. Y'all know about Vines, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
Chocolate Rain. Remember that guy? Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. See, that's how old I am, bro.
Do it for the vine.
That's funny.
Dak, I think Dak's probably a decent dude, you know, off the field. Quarterback for $100 million contract? Obviously not.
No.
Jerry Jones? Dude, you know, eventually you're going to run out of skin to scrub on that face, right, bro? Like, you can only get so many peels before you're at the fucking nut of the orange. You feel me? And right now, you looking a little rough, Jerry. Almost as bad as you looked on them steps way back when you was hollering at them kids trying to go to school.
Ooh.
I'm gonna shoot a stray shot here because we're talking about the way coaches and owners and shit look. How in the fuck does the owner of the Las Vegas Raiders look like a microwave version of John Gruden? Look at him, dude.
It's like a fucked up clone. Like they fucked up the cloning process.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what that is.
I mean, alcohol fetal syndrome is a motherfucker, but dude, look at you, bro. What in the fucking nuclear holocaust is going on over there, dude? That said, we got baby back bitch of the week. I don't know. Do we play the music? Who we take? Oh, the whole Falcons organization. Is that what we're doing?
Yes, the whole Falcons organization.
All right, well, let me get rid of this beautiful graphic here about the Bucs. There we go. Now we can see the smiling faces.
Well, if we're on the term of baby back bitch, I mean, to me, honestly, I would say the Falcons, but to me, it's mostly Kirk Cousins. You're out there swag surfing, doing a bunch of stupid shit. You were all hyped up. You beat us twice, but did you really beat us? Or with those like self-inflicted wounds? I tend to think that the Bucs kind of beat themselves in those games, and and there was some controversy towards the end of one of them.
Both face mask, and then that shit wasn't a touchdown.
Yeah, and you
if
can't
that
tell
happen,
me
we win.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that the Falcons are a better team. So my baby back bitch of just the year in general for me is just Kirk Cousins, the dude. You're paying this guy $180 million, and you drafted a quarterback. I mean, I don't know what their plan was there. You needed an edge rusher. Why didn't you get an edge rusher? And then you got Kirk Cousins. Just what is he? 0 for 10. His touchdown to interception ratio now. Or did he? No, he threw a touchdown. So I mean, he's had 8 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. That's not a good statistic. And this is a dude that you're paying top dollar. And this is why I like to call him a cheese dick franchise. Okay, they're a cheese dick franchise because they continue to make cheese dick moves. And they just, again, the Falcons, I'm not going to sit here and I don't hate them as much as the Saints, but So the Saints are the team that the Bucs really despise. Like, we don't like them. They don't like us. The Falcons are just kind of like the redheaded stepchild. And then and the Atlanta Falcons, they're like, you guys can compete somewhat, but you're not better than us, you know? So my thing is here. For the Falcons, Falcon fans, and I work with one of them, I'm sorry, but unfortunately, this is our division. This is going to be our division for a little bit. Fuck you guys. It's not your year. You thought I heard a bunch of nonsense about Kirk Cousins. Hey, Kurt, you just got benched. I got one question for you. Do you like that? Do you like that, Kurt?
And here's the thing I want to elaborate on what Louis saying in a second here. Well, for the past 4 or 5 seasons, the Minnesota Vikings, they were right there trying to get over that hump, become a legitimate playoff team and do damage in the playoffs, but they just couldn't seem to do it.
Couldn't do it.
So what happens? Kirk Cochains leaves and goes to Atlanta. They bring in raggedy ass, looking like a dollar store version of Raggedy Ann, Sam Darnold. And where the fuck are they now? 11-2, 12-2, and Atlanta, where are you at? Benching your $100 million quarterback? It sounds like the problem in Minnesota was Kirk.
Yeah,
I mean, look right there in front of us.
Never liked them.
And if they weren't going to work with Justin Jefferson and Addison, and Hawkinson, what the fuck do you think he's going to do with Drake London, Jabroni Maroney anyway, and Kyle, OJ Howard Pitts?
Ooh, I like that comment. I love that comment. Love that. Absolutely.
100%.
Very, very arrogant. And you know what? I'm going to exclude one guy. I'm going to give one guy a pass on the Falcons. And this is just planting seeds. Kyle Pitts. There's always a spot in the Buccaneers locker room for you. Love to have you. Love to pair you up with Cade. Would love to. And then Baker Mayfield can show the Atlanta Falcons how to properly use a tight end of his caliber. Just saying.
Possibly. Hey, I'm all.
And
look,
dude, there's no way you can tell me that Kyle Pitts is that bad. I don't think so. I think it's that franchise from day one. From day fucking one, this franchise, I said this was a team that they're going to compete with because Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Drake London, these guys' careers are dying there. They're dying. Yeah. You put Drake London, you pair him up with Drake May. No, because that'd be too much. Drake and Drake. But you put Drake May on the Eagles or on the Rams even, or you put him anywhere else, he's gonna thrive. You put Kyle Pitts with say you throw him out in Kansas City, or you throw him even here in Tampa. Do you honestly think Kyle Pitts would look as bad as he does right now if he was on the Bucs?
Hey,
no fucking way.
Look, that's to be determined. We don't know. Either way, it's the fucking Falcons. I'm glad that they're going through what they're going through. And like he says, the karma. When they were jumping in that fucking locker room, throwing water around like it's a champagne bottle, I knew that would eventually come back and bite him in the ass. We're uncomfortable. It's okay to be uncomfortable without being uncomfortable. You went from that to, I think, I do think that we're going to stick with him from time to time. This is what happens when you think you're the shit, when you just some shit. And this is why they're going through what they're going through. And I love it. And that's why they're going to lose against the
AJ, they're fucking notorious for this. 28-3, bro. 28-3. We all know what happened there. The rest is history.
They ain't been right since. They haven't
been right since. Hey, not one time. Not one time, though. Brady did it to him again when he was with the Bucs.
Yep.
Did it to him again his first year here. We were down, what was it, 26 to 6 or something like that?
Yeah, we were down by 17, and then
I was just smiling that whole game. My girlfriend's like, Orby's like, what's wrong with you? You guys are losing. I said, no, we're not losing. Don't worry. I said, I've seen this story before. I've watched this movie before. You watch what's gonna happen. And then we put up 31 or something, some shit like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and when Brady had his head down like this, that's when The Falcons should have said, "Oh shit, here we go again."
Here we go again.
Hey, I'm gonna add someone to the baby back bitch of the week. So real quick,
I want my baby back, baby.
NFL national media preseason. Oh, well, let me start off season, training camp, preseason, first 4 weeks of the season. Everything you told us, Kirk Cousins would be in Atlanta. Baker's been in Tampa. Everything you told us, Bijan Robinson would be in Atlanta. Bucky's been in Tampa. Everything you told us, Kyle Pitts was going to be in Atlanta. Cade Otton has been for the Buccaneers. Everything you thought Drake London was going to be, Mike Evans does on his fucking back while he's taking a nap. So, national media, I understand signing a quarterback with a bad Achilles for that much money is a big story, but y'all covered it the wrong way. Y'all covered it like Tom Brady was rolling into fucking Atlanta and putting on that nasty ass uniform. Y'all acted like it was even Aaron Rodgers coming in with conspiracy theories talking about peaches cause cancer or some shit. You all thought you could just push the narrative, and then once the season started, you're like, see, y'all were wrong. And we went, just wait, hold the line, and boom. Kirk Cousins did exactly what we fucking said he was going to do. And as an organization, you were like, we drafted a quarterback because we want to be prepared. All right. Now you drafted that quarterback. Kirk Cousins has shit the fucking bed. The national media has been behind this the whole time. And guess what? You're not prepared. So you have failed as an organization. The NFL media has failed because they want to write the feel-good story. They want to always say, oh, well, Kirk Cousins, that's a game changer. Falcons run the South now. Kirk Cousins is going to destroy them with all that talent. Every fucking thing you said and predicted about the Falcons was wrong. Every fucking thing. Not a few things, not a game. Every fucking thing. Kirk Cousins is out here putting up Jameis Winston numbers for fucking Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes money. You tell me how that's fucking smart. You tell me.
How is he not in prison yet?
You wrote all these fucking articles about how Atlanta pulled off this coup and it's money well spent. They needed the veteran leadership. Leadership to what? The motherfucker hasn't won a playoff game since Pee Wee football. So you fell in love, you pushed the narrative, and now here we are, 3 weeks left in the season. That narrative has come crumbling down like most of us predicted it would, and you guys are silent. That's the fucking problem. We don't got a problem with you having a hot take, national media. We got a problem with you stepping the fuck up and owning it when you were wrong and going, you know what? We totally fucking blew that. Say that and we'll follow you. Say that and we'll give a fuck the next time you run your fucking mouth. But you don't. You go, well, you know, there's been injuries and, you know, that's the game. Motherfucker, That's the game for everybody. Every team that got injuries. And just so we're clear, 12-2 Vikings without your dream boy.
Yeah.
500 with your dream boy, and he's sitting on the bench. First of all, it's been a while since a quarterback got benched with a 500 record. Losing record? Yeah. But Kirk, you pissed them off so bad. You can say all the shit online you want to, toe the fucking company line and say, we all came to a decision. Kirk, you didn't come to a decision. If you're telling me you quit and steps aside, then you definitely are worse than we thought. You didn't fight for your job. You rolled over, took the money, you're going to sit on the bench. Hey, NFL, cover that. Cover fucking that.
Curious to see what they're going to do moving forward. Because that's embarrassing. That's a big fucking problem. And that whole, again, that cheese dick of a franchise, you know, I'm not gonna shit on Raheem Morris, but he kind of gets some of the blame too, because you didn't prepare those boys. You fell right into that culture. The Falcons have this culture where one little thing happens. Oh, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. That's it. We're gonna do this.
Right.
And I've been saying, you know, this is I've said that they can compete with the Bucs, and they can, but in all reality, Kirk Cousins wasn't the savior. He wasn't it. And to be honest with you, this team, the Falcons, should be 3 games behind in the division, if you ask me. That's my opinion.
100%.
3 games behind.
But you're right, though. Again, they fucked it up. They, again, like you said, Raheem, though, has a history of this. That's why us Buck fans said, wait for it. Like we didn't go through this shit again with him on our team when we lost 10 straight. I told people this, Louis. I gotta send you my screenshot of what I did on TikTok. I told Falcon fans, if you fucking lose against the Saints weeks ago, that's your season. Why is that? Because if you can't put away a team like that when they were struggling, it's going to be a domino effect. And that's usually what happens to Raheem. Remember when we was with the Bucs in 2011, when we started out 4-2, and then we started dropping. We dropped 10 fucking games. This is Raheem all over again in Tampa. So I don't know why a lot of people thought different. Again, I tried to give Raheem a chance, Louis, but when I saw him do that shit, throwing water in with the team like it's champagne, and when it was week fucking 5, that shows
remember
we didn't learn.
Remember the last team that did that against us with the fucking dancing in the locker room. Remember that last time that happened? Yeah, that's why. Again, I'm not gonna completely 100%. No, I'm gonna do it. Fuck the Falcons, dude, because again, this is a team that celebrates too early. Do yourself a favor, Falcon fans. Wrap up the season. Maybe you win out. Maybe you don't. Maybe I guess. Just I want to hear it from one of those guys. Hey, we fucked up. We fucked up. We brought in Kirk Cousins, and then to what dude was saying, I want to see, because we've seen this all fucking year. Oh, the Falcons are winning this division, this and that, blah 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 blah, and nobody's talking about how great this Bucs offense is going to be. I did. Nobody's talking about how Baker Mayfield was going to tear it up. Nobody was talking about how Mike Evans is on pace for history. We're not talking like something small. We're talking like multiple consecutive seasons. And the only other two guys to do it were Randy Moss and Jerry Rice. We're talking about a three-headed monster at running back. Why isn't this being covered? Hey, the Bucs, what do you think it takes to win a championship? Defense and an excellent running game and a good running back, and we got three of those. And nobody's talking about how resilient this Buccaneer team is. Even throughout the weeks, nobody said, hey, this Buccaneers team, they got some injuries. They didn't have their stud star elite safety in Antoine Winfield Jr., and they still beat the Lions. Nobody fucking talks about that. How about this? How come nobody's covering the fact that the Buccaneers, every team they've beat has been elite? If you think about it, the Commanders, playoff team, the Eagles, the fucking media darling, that is the Eagles. The Lions. The Lions are one of the toughest teams right now in the NFC and in all of the NFL. Nobody's talking about, oh, hey, the Buccaneers. Hey, let's really look at this. We've looked at the Falcons so much. Let's really fucking look at this. This team has suffered more injuries than any other goddamn team in the league. I'm sorry. I don't know what other team or any other quarterback or coaching staff that would lose both of their starting wide receivers and still be on top of the division. They struggled, but they fought every fucking game. And we never got blown out. Never. Nobody's talking about that. The last team that lost both of their receivers was the Eagles. And what happened to the Eagles? We blew the fucking doors off of them. This Buccaneer team is one of the most resilient teams in the NFL. And I'll be damned if somebody's going to shit on this fucking team, because you know what? I wouldn't want to play the Buccaneers in the playoffs. We don't need home field advantage. We'll go to you.
We did it before on a Super Bowl run.
Two sugars, please.
DC. We went to New Orleans. Then we went to Green Bay. Then we came back home and won the whole thing.
Lambeau's a tough place to play, especially in January.
It is, but I ain't worried about that because we got
saying.
a run game. The simple fact that we have something that we have never had before. This is the best run game in the Buccaneers history. That's right. Even better than Thunder and Lightning, guys. You got three fucking running backs that can run at will. More than that, which makes this offense so fucking dangerous. Well, now Colin Coward said this shit, but I'm still gonna get on his ass in a second. But he did say this: the Bucs can run on you and they can pass on you, and they can keep you from running. The Bucs, we can beat you either way. You want to go toe to toe in passing? We got Evans. We got McMillan who's coming up. We got Otten. Or you want to run? You think you can run with us? No, you can't. No, you can't.
You know what's
And
good though? Go ahead.
the Bucs are the most dangerous run game now. You know why? Montgomery and Detroit is out now. So now there is no two-headed monster over there anymore. The most dangerous run game in the league is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because we
Absolutely.
can fuck up with 3 of our backs.
Yeah, and like I said, it's the resiliency of the team. Like I said, like we haven't gotten blown out. Again, this is one of the most polished Buccaneer teams, and what I love that I'm seeing, and I think he's going to play a huge factor in the next game, and we're going to get to that in just a second. But hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
This Buck team is very resilient, and what you just said about how they can run, they can pass. I think Jalen McMillan is really starting to come on, especially at the end of the season. This is nice to see this progression with Jalen McMillan because this kid is, if he can put it all together, oh my God, you better put the NFC South on notice because this kid is going to be a star. Not only that, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Obviously, AJ, you know, you gave me my flowers for this. I said the offense was going to carry this team throughout the season until the defense got it together. Well, guess what? I think this is the time where the defense has got it together. And I think the defense is really going to start stepping up a little bit more towards the back end of the season. And I think it's going to be a complete polished team. And I think that's when a guy to look out for, I'm going to go ahead and say it. We really haven't seen him, Ryan Neal. I think he's going to make one big splash play in the playoffs because Todd Bowles has been saving him a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And let's not get too ahead of ourselves because we still have the Dallas Cowgirls. Oh, Cowboys. Sorry.
Cowhoes.
We still have the Cowboys.
Yeah. No, I feel you. And before we get to them hoes for a second, I just want to give my quick little baby back bitch. And that's the punk ass.
Don't say that.
Yeah. The overrated, I told people, bum ass Chicago quarterback. I don't even want to say his name. That's how much shit he is. But I told
Caleb?
people this too. Yeah, little Caleb. I told people this. And now they want to give him excuses. Louis, I said, wait. Hold on. No. Y'all were talking about, he has Keenan Allen and he has DJ Moore and Juju, whatever the fuck his name is. The Bears are gonna be a problem. Yeah, they are the fucking problem. And Caleb can't do it. I'm like, if he was bitching and crying to his mama in college, what make you think he can handle NFL scrutiny? And this motherfucker can't get shit done. And yes, am I a little salty because he fucked me up in my fantasy? Yes, but even before that,
it comes down to the fantasy stuff. That's what it comes down to, AJ. It comes down to the fantasy stuff. I'm sick of the media talking shit, like you said, how they shit on the Bucs. Yeah, because I remember people were saying the Bears were going to be a problem more than the Bucs. I said, are you out of your fucking mind? The Bears. Yeah, Chicago. Honestly, I thought the Bears were going to do better than that, though. I really did think the Bears were going to do better than that. I don't think we really expected that from Minnesota. Well, for me, I didn't really know what to make of the Packers yet, and the Packers are a pretty good team. The problem with the Bears, and sorry, Jamie, if you're watching, my co-host to Around the NFL, who is now a depressed Bears fan. Honestly, before I say before I'm going to say what I'm going to say, he actually told me, he's like, Louis, there's really no feeling in the world like being a Bears fan. I said, well, what do you mean by that? He's like, it's a lot worse being a Bears fan than a Buccaneers fan. I'm like, no way, dude. It like being a Bucs fan, like we've had some really bad. He's like, no, we'll show you how to really lose a game, and we'll show you in the most stupidest way possible. And I really didn't take notice of it. And then when I really started paying attention to the Bears, watching them play football, and I'm like, I got to go back and look at older games, and I'm watching how this team plays, and I'm watching how the franchise is ran, and I'm watching how they lose, and I'm just like, this is a fucking live circus. I could never be a fan of this. I'd have a heart attack. I could not be a fan of this team. Like, this is so stupid. I think last year, one of their coaches, I don't know what happened. Supposedly, he just took off. Yeah. And left. I don't know if he robbed equipment, but he had an FBI agent at his house, supposedly. There was so much weird shit going on with that franchise, and I'm like, I could never be a fan of this team. They would drive me nuts. But to go back to Caleb Williams, they should have kept Justin Fields. I'm gonna stick by that. And I think what Mike Tomlin is doing with Justin Fields right now in Pittsburgh, having him sit, putting him in here and there, giving him those early on playing time when Russell went down. Now Russell's taken over. I think Mike Tomlin has his future quarterback, and I think he's doing something that the Bears lack. Is they're just letting him sit and observe and watch the game, kind of like what we were talking about earlier with Drake May and all these younger guys. Let these guys sit, let them watch the game, and let them get some reps and stuff like that. And I think Justin Fields is going to do just fine for the Steelers in the future. But for Caleb Williams, their coaching staff sucks. I mean, Eberflus was not. I don't know. I don't know. We've seen it. Him like going like this on the sideline and Caleb not snapping the ball. These are stupid fucking mistakes that they need to clean up. And I said it to Jamie. Sorry, Jamie. I love you, brother. Happy holidays. But he reminds me of Jameis Winston. It's fucking the same. It's the same shit. Yeah. All this hype coming out of college and just dumb, stupid shit. Just scrambling 15 yards back. Why? You want to know why Baker's good? Because Baker scrambles in the right direction and he's not afraid to take a shot because he wants the first down. He wants to keep the play alive. And then Baker will either run or he'll just throw the ball away. Like I've been seeing him do during that Chargers game. He would throw the ball away. Check down's not there. This guy's not. All right, throw it away. Caleb does the same shit Jameis does. Scrambles around for 15 yards and he'll either throw an interception instead of just being like, all right, fuck it. All of my reads, nobody's open. The check down's not open. I'm throwing it away. Live to fight another down. Mm-hmm. The game is about field position. Yeah. So when you're fucking getting sacked 3 times in one drive, this kid he's the same fucking thing as Jameis. I'm sorry. I hope he does well. I really do. But I don't know if it's the lack of coaches. And the offensive line is I don't know. That's like a growing trend, but there's no excuses because Drake May's done better than him, and Drake May has played in less games. So obviously, your first overall pick, Caleb Williams. I don't know. Maybe you should spend more time on your playbook instead of your fingernails. I don't know.
Exactly. Well, yep, exactly.
I don't want nobody to take that the wrong way. I'm just speaking a fact.
Nah, it's a fact. Like this motherfucker. Focus on your game. But let's get to speaking of focusing on the game. Let's talk about this Cowgirl game. Look, I said this already, Louis. The game on both sides needs to be Operation Pedal to the Metal. Yeah. Meaning, Buck fans, I want the Bucs to go in there with the sense of urgency to go, we're here. Let's fuck these people up early. Let's get them fast. Look, yes, we need to be as aggressive on both sides of the ball. And I want to start on the defensive side. You're playing Cooper Rush, Bowles. Cooper Rush is the quarterback. Look at what you did to a starting caliber quarterback in Justin Herbert when you applied pressure and you play man and you adjust. So, Louis, I got to show you this. This is a trigger warning. Viewer discretion is advised. We don't ever want to see this shit right here, Bowles. We don't want to see this anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to see that shit. It's Cooper fucking Rush. I don't want to see that. Don't bring this shit in the arsenal unless we're up 38-0 and it's the third quarter. Then we can do that. So that's the defensive side. I need them to rush the fuck out of Cooper. We need to be what his last name is. Rush him. Rush Cooper and put him on his ass. Play more man. Bump him. I get it. CeeDee Lamb is their biggest weapon. Is he a talent? Yes. Okay. Double him if you have to feel comfortable, Bowles. Jam him off the line of scrimmage and have a safety. Look at him. That's for the offensive side.
He's got 94 receptions for 1,089 yards, 6 TDs. I mean, he's not the same guy this year. And nobody really, like I said, Cooper Rush. I mean, it's.
Yeah, look, you can't even finish the sentence. He like, It's Cooper Rush.
It's not even worth me talking about just because it's Cooper. I mean, I'll give any quarterback the benefit of the doubt. But here's the thing. The last meeting we had with the Cowboys, we lost 31-14. And then, here's my thing about primetime football and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I hate it. I hate primetime games. I do. Just because it's tough to watch. But for some reason, this one feels different. We were talking about this before we went on.
Yep, agreed.
And dude was saying, these guys and the star. I don't think this Buccaneer team is. I think, we talk about the media a lot, and we talk about how they'd really dropped the ball with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and this and that.
Yes, sir.
This is a good chance for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to show everybody on primetime because we're going up against America's team, man. I don't know who came up with that because they're not America's team. It's such a stupid thing to say, and I will never say that Cowboys are America's team. Just because you got a fucking star in your helmet doesn't mean shit. You haven't been fucking relevant in 20 years. The Cowboys, Jerry Jones, that's another cheese dick franchise, in my opinion. And what they have going on right now, the bright lights, the star, fuck it. I don't care. You can wear whatever jersey you want. All I'm saying is you better be prepared because we have a fucking buzzsaw for a running game. And, they're not. The Cowboys have never impressed me. Like, you want to take a look at some stats? Do you want to take a look at some defensive stats?
Absolutely.
All right. So, differential takeaways, -5. They're 22nd in the league for that. They allow for passing yards per game. They're 12th. They allow 229 passing yards. I think Baker's going to go for 250, 275 in that game. Rushing yards allowed in the game. They have 90. They allow 99. They're 27th. Defensive passing yards per game, 21st. Defensive rushing yards per game. Where'd it go? It's time for a new iPad because this thing's burning up. Defensive rushing yards, 29th and 136 yards given up.
Damn.
You're going up against a three-headed monster here. I'll give everybody the benefit of the doubt because it's prime time. But this Buccaneers team, no. I think they're going to win big.
Right. I'm with you, Louis. I think they are. No, you're right. And I told Cowboy fans this. I'm with you. I think the Bucs attitude is so much different because, like you said, they're going to go in there. But I think the veterans on this team and they will tell the young guys, hey, look at where we fucking were during the bye week. We were 4-6. Motherfuckers buried us. Look at Denver when we came in on an off day and what they did to us. We're not going to have that anymore. And like you said, we have become the offense is so in motion. I don't think they're going to allow it to happen. I think this is a game that Micah Parsons has a controversial moment because you said this. I tell people this all the time, Louis. Yeah.
I think he's going to have a fucking breakdown. I think he's
having a breakdown. He's having a mental breakdown. And when it comes to his skills, he's an efficient pass rusher. I give him that. But when it comes to that fucking run stopping, he's nowhere to be found. And that stat that you put up, good job, Louis, because you know why? He's a part of that stat. So that shows you, if I'm the Bucs, if I'm Cohen, hey, look, let's just fuck with Micah. Whatever side he's on, we're going to run to the opposite. We're going to make him earn everything. Whatever side he's on, run the opposite way. And our strength of our line is our tackles. I definitely don't see him getting the best of Micah Parsons. So that's going to be hilarious. And then Gedeke, I just don't see him. I don't see Micah getting the best of either of our tackles. I just don't. I don't
think so either. I think Tristan Wirfs, even last year too, I think they handled him properly. Again, for anybody who's just joining us, I'm going to read you these stats one last time. This is their defense. The 21st. And stopping the pass. They're giving up 219 passing yards. Again, I'm going to say it. 275 yards Baker Mayfield's going to throw for. And rush defense, they allow 136 rushing yards. Okay? 136 rushing yards. That's 29th in the league. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are fourth in the league with 144 rushing yards per game. Per game. I think this is going to be I don't want to get too confident and too cocky, but I think this is going to be a shellacking. I think this is going to be like I think Jerry Jones is going to fucking fall back in his fucking chair in the booth in his box because I think the Bucs can put easily, to what dude was saying earlier, I think the Buccaneers can easily put up 40 to 45 points. We put up 40 on the number one scoring defense. I say put up 45. Fuck it. Let's do a 50 burger. I want a 50 burger on these motherfuckers. I do. I really, really do. Again, I can't foresee them really moving the ball against us. Honestly, too much. I mean, they're sitting at what, 5-9? I mean, 5-9.
6-8, I think they're
6-8. I'm sorry. They score 21 points per game, 19th points allowed per game, 27.1. That's 30th in the NFL. So they're allowing 27 points per game.
Damn. So, but it's like what you just said. I look at it like this. If I'm Bowles and this is Cooper Rush, get 3 and outs early, and the offense can take care of it. You were talking about the differerential that we had against the Chargers. We can literally run them out, like run them down to the point to where, oh shit, like you said, Bucky, hey Bucky, we ain't gonna really need you in the second half.
Yeah,
you take a break. Rashad and Sean carry away. Put it this way: if the Bucs get over 20 points in the first half and they hold the Cowboys under 10, it's a wrap. Like you said, I want to see them beat them so fucking bad. If we do that, you beat them so bad. Now the media, like you said, because they're so-called America's team, now I like the fact that we'll make them the laughing stock, because one person who loves to see the Cowboys get fucked up is Stephen A. Smith. I will give him that.
Oh yeah.
Let the Bucs put up a 40 or 50 burger, and it's like 13 points. Stephen will come out and go,
I'd love to see it.
That's all I'm saying, yo.
I'd love to see it.
Cowboys are ass.
Yeah, I'd love to see it again, because like I said, the stats don't lie, man. And again, I'm even like surprised. I'm like, my eyes are lighting up. I'm like, holy shit. Everybody was like, oh, this is a trap game. This is the trap game for you guys. Every fucking week's been the trap game, the trap game. Listen, this team is very polished right now, and they're very resilient. Again, I'm looking at this stat right here. They're 12th for passing yards, 229. They average 229. That's a bloated stat from when Dak was there. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do I think they can put up 229 passing yards on us? Maybe. I don't know. But the rushing, you're 27th in the league, and you're averaging 99 yards per game. I don't see it. This is the perfect time. Prime time, baby.
Yeah,
Prime
and you know who else on defense? The edge rushers. This is where Yaya, Joe Trashenka, whoever else, this is your time to shine. Their line is not what they used to be, and we know Vita and Canty are going to go off. This is the game, like I said, in my opinion, defense, you should come away from this game no less than 4 sacks. Nothing less than 4.
Yeah.
Nothing less. Blitz the fuck out of him.
Did you see the injury report? Did you see the injury report for the Cowboys?
I know Diggs is out.
Yep, Trevon Diggs. He's out. Knee. The offensive lineman, Cooper Beebe, concussion. CeeDee Lamb. This is interesting. He has a shoulder injury. He was full participation, but he has a shoulder injury. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. And then for the Bucs on our injury report, obviously Mike Edwards is out, KJ Britt's out, Cameron Johnson's out, Watts, who I wish he was healthy, man, because I like that dude. It's something about him. Antoine Winfield Jr. is obviously out. And then Joe Tryon-Shoyinka was with an ankle injury. Christian Izzian, this is where I'm like, shit. He pulled up on the injury report with a groin. He was questionable. He was limited in practice. And then Tristan Wirfs was also limited. Mike Evans limited. Levante David. I'm not going to buy into those too much because those guys deserve the extra time off.
Right. It's one of those. Yeah, they're just resting.
Yeah, your starting corner, Diggs is out, and I'm not really too familiar with their secondary. Sorry,
That's
I usually follow good players and good teams, not fucking overly fucking hyped, fucking fake, fucking profit, fucking teams like the media does with the Cowboys. America's team. We'll suck a fat one. Fuck out of here, America's team. I still, I'm sorry, I can't get over that. That is such a stupid fucking thing. I wish we had that Donald Trump soundbite. What a stupid. I would tweak it a little bit. What a stupid thing to say. What a stupid fucking whatever the fuck it was. But it is.
I
It's
agree.
true. Stupid thing to say. It's a
Yeah, I
stupid
agree.
thing to say.
But this is why it's imperative for the Bucs to just go in there, whoop that ass, and take them serious. We're not telling Buck fans to sleep on them. No, it's not about sleeping on them, but you have everything in your advantage. You are literally the superior team. And without Diggs in there, they don't, you're right, Louis, they don't have anything. So now, even if they double Evans, McMillan can go off. Otten is going to go off. Somebody else can go off. And that is the beauty of it. So, if anything, if you want to double Evans, go ahead. You should double him. We're going to fuck you up either way. But, oh my God, Lou, if they don't and they decide to play one-on-one.
I think Mike can repeat his performance from last week.
That's I agree. I agree. You said it. You said that we both said that we expect Evans to have a breakout game, and he did. Oh God, if they play man or they try to just give him one-on-one, Baker's gonna be like, what the fuck? Oh, okay.
The defense is going to be very frustrated playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're not the same Cowboys defense because the Cowboys defense in the past was pretty decent. With Quinn in there, they were pretty good. And for some reason, they've just fell off. And like I said, same thing. I'm going to give a little shout out to Micah Parsons. Hey, bud, listen, that star doesn't look good for you. Your skills are diminishing with the Cowboys. Maybe you should try some pewter and red. We have a pretty decent head coach here who's a defensive guru. And if you want to get back to double-digit sacks, hey, man, tell him you want to get traded to the Bucs.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just plant the seeds. Micah, if you're listening, but if you're going to do that, Micah, you got to get rid of the podcast. You got to get rid of all that shit, and you just got to focus on football because I think that's been a big problem for him as well. He's got to get rid of that podcast that he does every week and just focus on playing football. Yeah.
Please grow the fuck up.
Football because stupid things like that, you're taking time away from – you think Derek – I mean, not to say that Derek Brooks would be doing a podcast, but at that time, I think Derek Brooks and them guys, Warren Sapps and the John Lynches and all those elite, underrated Buccaneer defensive players that we've had in the past, Hardy Nickerson, those guys weren't they were studying to make it short and sweet, and they were figuring out things to do throughout the week on how they can perform better. Exactly. That's how you become an elite defensive player. Ray Lewis I'm sure Ray Lewis wasn't doing shit like that. Well, he was doing
no. Well, first thing, well, people also didn't get paid as much like then either, so they worked for them checks. But speaking of other things, we're gonna get into our last segment, Buck fans, because we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about the rest of the season. It's Operation Pedal to the Metal for the remainder of the season. After this, you got the punk ass Panthers. They come into Tampa this time, which I do think this time we're not going to be light. So for the remainder of the teams, the Panthers and the Saints, this is what I want to see, Louis. I want to get to the point to where we handle our business with the Panthers. Then when we play the Saints, I wanted to get to the point where we put them away. And then the second half, all the starters are out so we can get ready for the playoffs. That's the kind of urgency that the Bucs have got to play. Because, again, after this, realistically on paper, Cowboys are probably the toughest team out of the rest of them. We whoop that ass like we're supposed to. Now, we could finish the game. We can finish where we beat the Panthers and the Saints, and we still put up 30-something points. The Panthers, we should be able to put at least 30 points on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about 30. For some reason, I don't know. It's been strange the past couple of meetings with these guys. It's been tough games. But then again, I don't know. I think we're a much different team than when we played them. I don't think you're going to see a struggle this time against the Panthers. I think we put up 28. Yeah, I can see 30. I think we whoop that ass with Dave Canales being like, okay, thank you, Sensei. Thank you, Sensei.
Right.
But this is the gate. It's the gate's wide open for the Bucs. The door's wide open for the Bucs to walk right into the playoffs. But they got to really kick ass with the Cowboys. Let's make a fucking statement on primetime, because primetime hasn't been kind to us. Let's make a fucking statement. Let's not just, because we don't need to prove. They don't need to prove to us. We know, AJ, Slick, everybody out there, we know what this team is about. Even when they were at the lowest of lows, I kept on saying when they had a losing record, I said, this is not the Buccaneers team. That game that you've seen against Detroit, the Commanders, the Eagles, that's this Buccaneers team. And last week fucking proved it. They got to handle their business. They got to handle their business. And Baker Mayfield, 6. I'm running with 6, man. That's my quarterback. And I feel good about every week when Baker's healthy and playing, because I know for a fact. I know for a fact Baker's not going to be like, okay, I quit, guys. I'm done. I'm done. He's not going to pull that fucking stupid ass Kurt. I was about to say something else, but I'm trying to PG-13 here. He's not going to do that bullshit ass fucking Kirk Cousins shit. Fuck that dude, man. I really don't like him, man. When I was in the DMV a long time ago, I went back to visit Jamie, who's out there, and the Bucs were in town. They were playing the Redskins at the time, and that was the game when that started. You like that? Yeah. Oh my fucking god! I have sensed that fucking game, man. I've never liked the dude. Jamie's vouched for him, calls him Kurt Thuggins, but he's really not thugging anymore. I mean, if you ask me, the dude should be in jail for the amount of money he stole from all these franchises. Fucking, especially with the Redskins. But that was fucking Dan Snyder's stupid fucking bitch ass.
Exactly.
Paying him all that money too. You know, and then the Vikings had a big problem. And I kept on saying this dude was overrated. I'm like, he's fucking overrated. He couldn't even finish the season. You stupid motherfuckers. You signed this dude to $180 million, dude. And he didn't even finish the season. Anyways, handle business, Buccaneers.
Handle business, Buccaneers.
Your business.
Handle your business. Pedal to the fucking metal for the remainder of the seasons. On that note, I will roll out on
speaking
this
of pedal to the metal. Speaking of pedal to the metal.
Yes, sir.
I gotta ask you this, because this is we're going off topic here with non-football stuff. What's up with these drones, bro?
Hey,
I've been so interested in this fucking story now. I'm vested, man. I was scrolling. I'm vested in this story, dude. What the fuck's going on?
Pay grade. I don't know. Look, as long as they don't do shit before the end of the football season, before the Bucs can win a Super Bowl, that's all I care about. I can go in peace after that shit. So hey, just do the shit after the Super Bowl, after we win it. So let me relish in it.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I was, everybody's starting to talk about it at work. And like, I kind of like was doing some research and stuff about the drones. I think a lot of these drones that people are seeing are like, you know, your average everyday people. But the ones you're seeing at night, those big motherfuckers, I think they're looking for something. Something's lost, and I think they're looking for something. And obviously, the amount of money that this country spends on military defense and stuff like that, ain't nobody flying a fucking drone over military bases and stuff. Actually, let's not get into this, because I don't want to.
Hey, look,
I'll go right down that rabbit hole, man.
It's all good, but
it was just weird.
Shout out to you all for tuning in on Bucs Report, the Aftermath 102.9. Again, don't forget to check out Al Colmenaire on Cañones y Football podcast. Louis, AJ, turn up here. But you all have a good evening. Always a pleasure. You take care of yourself, Louis. All right?
Absolutely.
Go Bucs, my guy.
Go Bucs.
All right, y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves. We out. Peace.
I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. All comes down to today. Either we heal as a team, or we're gonna crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me. And we can stay here, get the shit kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back into the light. We can climb out of hell. 1 inch at a time. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around, I see these young faces, and I think, I I made every wrong choice a middle-aged man can make. I pissed away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who's ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. You know, when you get old in life, things get taken from you. I mean, that's part of life. But you only learn that when you start losing stuff. You find out life's this game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. 1/2 a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.